Perfect.
Hey y'all, hey, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the newest edition of the Queens of Boxing Talk with our special guest, Lady J. She's back. Me and my friend Boxiana, we're back finally here.
Hey y'all.
How y'all doing? Hi girls. How are you?
Hey y'all. Look, hopefully I'll see y'all on Friday. I might be ready to see y'all on Friday. Everybody keep hitting me up. What's wrong with your camera broke? No, my camera ain't broke. I had some issues. So I don't want y'all to see me while I'm down. But yeah. So maybe Friday I'll see y'all. I've been having a horrible couple of months, you guys. But we in this thing, and I hope y'all got y'all boobs ready, because I already know you Crawford fans gonna be in the comments, and I'm gonna be asking for you to put your titties on the screen tonight. I ain't doing none. I'm not doing no extra. It's full of violence this evening. Okay. Look,
It's Tuesday.
look
It's
at Boxing and
Tuesday.
Barbecue. He talking about he got his titties swinging. I know you was coming here with them bitches. He got a full double D. I already know what his shit look like. Yeah, it's okay. I got something for all y'all tonight. Y'all thought it was gonna be just a come in here and no, it ain't gonna be that. I gotta take my aggression out on somebody. It gotta be y'all. Praise the Lord, amen.
Buckle up, y'all. It's probably going to be one of those kind of shows. Yeah. Just go ahead and buckle on up. Yeah. Go ahead and buckle up. We came on today because we wanted the dust to settle a little bit. You know, when we have big fight weekends like we just had, everybody and their mama, rush to YouTube to get their shit off and, all the goodness. And then they have to come back because other stuff comes out and other news comes out. So this coming back on this Tuesday evening gives us a little time to, ingest what happened and then get a little bit of aftermath news and then come chit chat with y'all about everything. Okay. Because what I have not heard is a lot of people talk about the other pound for pound fighter, top pound for pound fighter that also had a fight this weekend. Okay. I know that we love Terrence Bud Crawford and whatnot, but over here on the Queens of Boxing Talk, we try to give everybody they just due, give everybody they shine. And I don't like the way y'all been glazing over Monster Inoue. Okay. So we're going to start the show with him, because it was only one fight on that card that we were interested in. And for the longest time, people have been saying he was running and not trying to fight MJ Madaklev or whatnot. But he said, listen, I got a lot going on, and I'm going to get to you. When I get to you, I'm going to need you to be ready. Okay? MJ came through at the weigh-in with some beautiful garments for Monster Inoue and his team. Beautiful garments. And a lot of people were like, man, he shouldn't accept that. He trying to soften him up. Y'all don't understand that that man is a monster. Do y'all understand that that man is a monster like he said he was? Did y'all get up on Sunday morning to watch Monster Inoue?
I was
Friend,
up cross-eyed,
Look,
looking
I was
crazy.
crippled, but I was up early Sunday morning, like when they was rolling the rock back.
Ma'am.
I was up that early. I was waiting, friend.
You're a sick girl. You're a very sick girl. Listen, before we get off into that, y'all welcome. Welcome to the Queen's Court. Come on in the room, please, everybody. Sean Terrence, I see you were up in here first. DP Rocker is in the house. Canelo Dugme is here. Mr. Big Play Bray, Gun Toting Peacemaker, Arp Jones is in the house. Y'all come on in. Boxing and Barbecue, we see you. Hey, Ramsey's X with the first super chat of the night. Big $10. We appreciate you. He says, love my sisters. We love you right back. Thank you so much for the support. Do me a favor, y'all. I know I should not have to tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. Hit that like button, please, if you have not already. What's going down, 773 Rick? What's up? Pablo Escobar is in the house. Hey, BFTV, my brother, our brother. How you doing this evening? Kaylin Jones is here. OG Marcus. Hey, Benaya. How you doing? Listen, Benaya, Miss Lady, Miss Ma'am. I see you making your rounds on this social media platform and whatnot. When you get your first fight date, please, please, please let us know. We want to have you on so that you can share what you got going on and let the people know where they can find you. Okay? What's going down, Shogun 76? Little Jazzy Smart Mouth, how you doing? Okay. Wait a minute.
That's me, Nick.
Okay. Oh, all right. You 21519. I was going to say, who is that? What she say? Oh, okay. All right, then. Hey, Keisha Stella's girl, how you doing? Hey, Harvey, what's going down? GFS Blackout is in the house. Hey, Scarcities, what's up? Behind the Lens TV is in the house. Ryan Jackson, we see you. How you doing? Who else we got in here? G McCall is here. Look who done showed up. Friend, do you see who done showed up? We ain't seen him type nothing in 59 years. Do you see who that is, friend? Boxiana, do you see who that is?
Girl! Wait a damn minute.
Rolo been on vacation for 2.5 years.
Hold on. Rolo, I reference you so often. I threaten you with, it's so funny to see you here. Welcome back, my good brother. I'm going to be nice to you while you're here. Hallelujah.
It's so good to see you, Rolo.
I didn't grow up since you left, Rolo. I ain't a kid no more. I'm nice, Rolo, now. I promise to be nice to you while you're here. That's so funny. I needed that laugh. That's hilarious.
My good brother is back in the chat. How you doing? Phenomenal Mexican. He gets threatened every weekend to get a Rolo vacation. Phenomenal Mexican gets threatened every week with a Rolo vacation. Every week. Pablo Escobar, I see you. Y'all come on in. Jamar Sanders, how you doing? Jermaine 419, I see you. Yeah, we finna have a funky good time up in here this evening. Yeah, y'all come on in. Hey, mommy, I see you. Y'all come on in the house. Come on in the house. Oh, hold up.
Before we get too deep off in the roll call, and in the show, we gotta have a moment of silence.
No. There's only one Ricky Hatton. Oh, y'all, did y'all see that?
What?
Ricky Hatton passed away, friend.
Campbell had Danny Ricky? Yeah. Girl, no, ain't nobody told me nothing. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, girl, ain't nobody told me nothing. Ain't nobody told me nothing.
Friend, we bereaved.
Y'all. Friend,
girl, we're in the fume, girl. We're in the fume, girl.
I don't know we're in the fume. I don't know.
Nothing, girl.
I don't know we're in the fume is, friend. I don't know. They ain't said shit, but you know they do it quick. So I don't know. I don't know.
We bereaved Boxy. You know,
Yeah, I don't
we're
know.
bereaved.
And
He
Oh,
took his
girl,
life.
ain't nobody told me nothing.
You know what? I don't know what the cause of I don't know what the cause is, but I had read the first thing I read. I see somebody said that in the comments, but what I read, they said wasn't no foul play. So,
oh, girl, ain't nobody told me nothing.
Friend, I thought you saw
He
it.
died the night of the Canelo Crawford fight.
Oh, girl, it's a bad omen, girl. Canelo was supposed to win.
Girl, Ricky done got up out of here, girl. Ricky gone, girl. He gone. Ricky gone, girl.
This is
He done got up
girl.
out.
Oh, girl, when the funeral, girl, when the funeral.
I don't know when the funeral is, but you know, I do want to send y'all know we silly over here, but we don't mean no disrespect. We do send our heartfelt wishes. We do. We love Ricky Hatton. I hadn't seen nothing like that before in my life when he came over here and brought all them people. When he fought Floyd, I had never seen anything like that before in my life. I was a little nervous for Floyd, and if y'all saw Floyd's reaction after he knocked him out and beat him, there was some relief on his face too. So
man, poor Campbell, man, that's really sad.
Yeah. He got his big break beating Costa Zoo, and nobody was expecting him to do that to him. So, you know.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yep, he did. He did have Ricky was known to blow up between camps and get super chunky and whatnot. So he lived. But our thoughts and prayers and best wishes are with the Hatton family at this time. Okay. Thank you so much, Cameron Fields, for the $20 super chat. Thank you. Wait a minute. Where you at? Hold on. Let me go back to you, Cameron. We appreciate you, sis. She says, salute, beautiful queens. Appreciate you and your content. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you. And Jamar Sanders came through with the $2. He says, Monster is chinny, not gonna lie. Every fight he gets dropped. He didn't get dropped this fight. He did not get dropped this fight, Jamar. And I don't know if you want to call somebody chinny. I mean, I can see why you would, because he has gotten dropped before, but his recovery is phenomenal. So I'll take it. Okay, because he makes for a very exciting fight. So let's go back. Let's get into it. Hey, Pawn, y'all come on in. What, friend? What's wrong?
I know. We was about to start on Monster, but we couldn't forget our good Ricky.
No, we had to give our condolences to the Hatton family and pay a little honor and tribute to Ricky Hatton.
Good thing we let Boxy know we was bereaved, honey. She didn't know nothing.
Yeah, Boxy didn't know. I'm glad you did say something, because Boxy knew.
Y'all, I have been under the weather. Y'all ain't seen me on I ain't been on no social media or nothing. Y'all know this shit taking me down. I ain't been doing nothing, man. Just
yeah, friend. That's okay. That's okay though. That's all right.
I'll be back soon. I'm still gonna listen. My voice still works. I can tell right when I get on here.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. So let's get on into this thing. All right. Before we get to that Riyadh season card, I want to talk about Naoya Inoue and his destruction of MJ. Did I say it right? Okay, listen. Y'all, stop playing with that man. What did you think about his performance, Janae?
Well, I'm pretty sure that my prediction was that Inoue was going to whoop on MJ's ass all night long. And that is most certainly what he did. He was out there like Mary J. All night long.
Yeah, he had them things on his head all night, didn't he?
Anyway, whooped on his ass all night. Now, I will say this, MJ, which I think part of this is because MJ was so scared to fight that Inoue couldn't knock him out. But I don't know how MJ got 2 rounds. Inoue 12-0'd his ass. It was a good, beautiful, amazing beatdown. And I'm kind of glad that MJ got that ass tapped on because, you know, he interrupted our friend, you know, Cool Boy from collecting another belt. MJ's a sneaky little snake. He been ducking and dodging too. But see, Eddie done wrote him a check and MJ done bounced it on his ass.
Uh-oh.
So they messed up right now.
He ain't got no bounce check, do he?
Oh, he bounced that motherfucker on Sunday. It did not clear the bank.
Boxiana, did you? Well, friend, you said you were up at the crack of dawn, so I know you saw.
I did watch it, and I what I thought was going to happen exactly happened. Like Janae said, all night long in his face, on his ass, stomping on his feet. Poor MJ. I knew MJ was going to come in there with more than what. No, there was no game plan. MJ was just in there fighting. He fought Inoue's fault. Whatever Inoue wanted him to do, MJ was doing it. And like, I know he a better fighter than that. I don't want to say it was an off night, but I know Inoue is just that good. But poor MJ, I expected more from him. And then when I saw him after the fight and I saw how beat up he was, I was like, you poor man. Please don't come over here messing with these good people like this no more. You tuck your chain in when you see him crossing the streets. Please, sir. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go over there messing with him no more. Like, don't say his name. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Good effort for you trying. You know what I'm saying? But like, leave them good people alone, MJ. It might be time for you to look in another direction.
Not job though. Not job yet. Not job.
No, I don't want to give him a job, but I just want him to get in a fight where he's gonna look more dominant than what he just did. And like, I know Inoue really, 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 really good. So I ain't giving him a job yet. But he's gonna have to go in there and come out with some real gangster in his next fight to show me something, because Inoue made him look average. And I know MJ is better than what he displayed on Sunday.
Well, you know, Inoue has a way of making folks look average that previously looked pretty goddamn good. So to me, that's a testament to him and his skills. He's a monster for real. To me, he's one of those fighters. He's very, to me, similar to my other guy, David Benavidez. Ironically, another monster. They have the ability to be very likable in the public, very likable on the microphone, in interviews. They have nice smiles. They are just very likable people. But when it's time to fight, come fight night, come weigh-in day, you can see them figuratively flip a switch. And you may have, and it's so funny because I think one of Inoue's opponents said that about him, that, you know, he and his team were so nice earlier in the week, but when it came time for weigh-in in the fight night, like they completely switched. Like it was like night and day. And that's what he does in there. And it was so good to see, because we're going to talk about the Riyadh season card, and we had some bangers on that card. For everybody who was talking shit about the card was fucky and, you know, the card wasn't good and, you know, they could have had better undercards. It was some fire-ass undercards. But on the main events of the weekend, we saw spectacular boxing. We saw spectacular mixing of brawling and actual technical skills on display. And that is what Inoue did, in my opinion. I feel like he could have probably, had he pressed a little bit more, maybe hurt MJ and got him out of there. But I think he was very cognizant about what was going on and who was in the audience. And he wanted to put on a show, like a very good technical show. And again, showing how much of a monster he is. Before he finished his speech in the ring after that fight, he made sure to tell Nakatani, hold on. Hey, wait, don't leave yet, homeboy, because you next. I got something I got to take care of in December. But me and you in 26, yeah. I love that. So y'all keep hating if y'all want to. Monster is that guy. Now I'm not gonna put him above Bud, but if somebody wanted to, I ain't finna be mad about it. I'm not gonna be mad about it. He's
if you
cold.
mad about that, you a hater, honestly, truly, because the man he's proved himself. How many more? He's not even going in there making like bum fights at the new division that he going in. He's going in fighting 1 and 2, or you know what I'm saying, like 2 or 3. He ain't fighting no bums. Like, you gotta be a hater. You gotta be a hater to not
You
appreciate.
do. You really do, friend. Like you not lying. At this point, you have to be. Scarcity is, I don't think it's that he prefers a morning fight. It is the fact that he's fighting in his home country and it's evening time over there. Okay. Everybody don't revolve around the United States.
I see y'all in the comments. Don't make them shirts is already starting to raise. I didn't ask y'all nothing about Bud. We talking about Inoue right now, and if we want to put Inoue over Bud, the pound for pound list is arguable.
Yeah, he's
I'm
on
gonna ask.
win.
Don't come in here with your shirts a little wet. All right, we could turn it into a contest real early. We just got here. 21 minutes. Oh, all right. Okay. Let's go, friend. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So that's the one thing I wanted to get that fight out of the way because I didn't see people giving Inoue his just due and his respect this week. You know, we had 2 fighters that are on that are top 3 pound for pound, I think universally. And I didn't see enough people talking about Inoue, his performance, and what he has coming up. Because other fighters, we don't know what they have coming up next. We know what he got. We know what to look forward to with him coming up next. And I love that. Okay, I love that for him. Anyway, so moving right along, we're going to get to this Riyadh season card that was in the fabulous Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Okay, it looked great on TV. It looked spectacular on TV. I was a little nervous when the undercards were going on because it was empty. Okay, it was very empty. However, it filled in perfect. Did y'all notice? Is it just me? Did I miss it? I didn't hear no national anthem.
Yeah, they blew right past that knee.
Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Turkey, for listening to the fans. Because one thing about it, if the national anthem is sound and somebody don't sing it right, somebody getting beat real bad. And I mean beat off his feet.
I noticed that there was no national anthem this time around. Thought that was interesting. I don't know if that was a Riyadh season thing or, I don't know. Thought that was interesting, though. Tevin Smith, thank you so much for the $10. Go ahead, friend.
That's not me. That's me.
Oh, okay. Tevin Smith, thank you so much. He says, I ain't getting up at 4 in the morning to watch the kindergartners fight. Not the kindergartners. The disrespect. Oh, my goodness. So, okay. Can we get into this undercard? First of all, I think Boachuk might be. I think I may have overrated old Boachuk, y'all.
Nah, the curse of the Eastern European got broke, friend. Yeah, you sick them on us, but we got some back. Virtual Ortiz said, hold up, pause. Let's get this right. Yeah, you tried to stick them on us, and they came over here beating our ass. Good. And I love Boachuk. I promise I do.
Yo, he is shot. I think he is punch drunk, Pawn. I think he is because he only knows how to fight one way. Janae, why you laughing like that?
Now, y'all called me about everything, not y'all, Nick and Boxing, but in the comments, y'all about called me everything but a child of God. When I said that Brandon Adams was going to whoop on that ass.
You
Sure
said
did.
it. You sure said it. Yeah, you did.
I just had a feeling. And I was just basing it. I know the last fight looked a little bit different, but with Brandon getting that knockdown, he knew, oh, I can hurt him. I could stop him. And they came out round one banging. They didn't even give us a second. We couldn't even hold our breath good. They got right to it. And I loved it. They set the action off. Brandon got right on his ass. He wasted no time. They fought in the center of the ring. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. We're not to
Not even
Canelo
there
yet.
yet.
Yeah, we're not there. Yes, please. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Okay. No, but Brandon looked great. He looked fantastic. And I'm glad. We just need to keep mixing it up at 54. I would love to see as the commentators were calling him Boashuk.
Right.
Okay. Right. I still want to see him, against some other guys. Maybe he can fight Charles Conwell since they both,
That's a good comeback fight for Charles.
Why not? But I thought Brandon looked good. I mean, do I think that he's stopping any of the big dogs at 54? Maybe not. But that's why we watch boxing, because you never know what's going to happen.
Correct. Friend, how did you feel about Boachuk's performance?
Friend, you know what I noticed? The man still doesn't like it to the body. And that's where Brandon was winning majority of his success. I told you guys, because I had this type of surgery before. Once you have an appendectomy, it does not heal in 6 to 8 months. When they said it doesn't heal in a year, it heals maybe in 2.5, 3 years. Because regardless of anything, you're still working that muscle as it's still continuing to heal. They cut the skin, and then they cut the fat that's there, then they cut the muscle that's there, then they get in, and then they have to sew all that up. So like, it does not heal the way your mind is telling you that it heals. It takes a very long time. What, friend?
Friend, was it Boachuk or was it Stan that had the appendix?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Stan. My bad. It was standing on this. I'm confusing the two. Okay, but
Boachuk did have some type of
surgery.
Yeah,
but I
he
can't
did
remember
have
what
something.
it was. Okay,
he did
I'm
have
confusing
something.
the two. But Bo don't like it to the body. Every time Brandon was like getting him to the body, he was reacting, and his reaction was not a good one. Every time he stuck him, and that slowed him down a lot because Bo came out real quick. You know what I'm saying? That he was throwing that leather, he was having success, and then Brandon was like, you know what? Let me try something real quick. He hit him with a 1-2, and I think it was around 5. He hit him with a 1-2 to the body, and Boachuk was like, my, I don't know, I might need to go. I'm glad the bell rang. My stomach is bubbling at this point. And I don't think he got right after that. It was a good fight. I loved it. That's what we want. We want action-packed fight, fan-friendly fights that all of us can watch and enjoy. That was very enjoyable. I don't think it was a fight on the card that I was like, you know what, I'm kind of bored. Maybe once we wait a minute, it was one. We'll
Which
get
one?
to that one.
Okay.
But yeah,
we ain't there yet.
Okay.
We're not there yet. I don't think Charles Conwell is a fight for Boachuk. He gets beat badly because Charles Conwell is a body murderer. I think he needs to go another route or fight one of his own guys from the Eastern European era. Get him a Madrimov. That might be good for him. They both at 154. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
He was supposed to fight Madrimov too. You remember before Bud or something like that? They were supposed to fight. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. If we can get something like that, that would be fantastic for him. But I don't think he needs to get in the ring with a body puncher that's going to be on him so tough, because it wears him down and he slows down, where he kept his hands down sometimes. He was breathing hard. I was like, damn, your conditioning all right, buddy. But I don't know. I don't think it was good either. Something was off about him this fight, but it didn't look good. I hope Brandon Adams come out, get him something else. I don't know who. Give him Charles Conwell if we're gonna do something.
You know what? I think Brandon Adams is a good comeback at 54.
Mm-hmm.
He a good test for a lot of people that need a test.
I wouldn't be mad if EJ or
Even Charlo.
Lil Twin, yeah. I would even listen. At this point, I'll even take Boots versus Brandon Adams. Okay.
So a substantial 154 pounder. Yes, I agree.
I'll take that.
Test. He's a good test for anybody that's supposed to be somebody at 154. And at 36 years old.
I'm sorry, friend. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was gonna say at 36 years old, he shouldn't be turning down any fights at this point either, because he's wasted a lot of years with bad promotional companies and management and stuff like that. So
Shantae,
I'm sure he wants all the smoke.
Don't ever say that again, Shantae, or you gonna go on a Rolo vacation.
Well, he said he feel like he could be Virgil.
Yes.
Yeah, that he said, hey.
Do you know how many people thought that they thought they was gonna beat Virgil Ortiz off a bad performance? Virgil had a bad night and everybody could whoop his ass now? That's crazy. That's funny.
Well, that's why we need to see the fights, friend.
I want to see it.
Don't get that boy bent up.
I don't mind.
Don't tell me. Show me.
Show me. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind.
Y'all finna get that boy bent up.
I mean, listen. Congratulations, Brandon. Brandon, he had his gray wig on all weekend because Boachuk was calling him old, and he said, "Old men don't look like me," and he meant that. Okay, and he came in the ring and he proved that. So, congratulations to Brandon Adams, and I really do hope he gets another fight worth his while and worth his pocketbook, where he can make him some money. Okay, because he's been stalled out for quite some time now. I don't want to spend too much time on this heavyweight fight because Franklin, congratulations. Y'all got any words for that fight? I don't. And I ain't trying to be on here.
I almost forgot about it.
Yeah.
Baby, sloppy. Big nasty titty sloppy. And I just didn't like nothing about it. You gonna get out there and show me something. Don't show me no sloppy. And he looked sloppy. They could have left that whole fight off the card. I just didn't like nothing about it. It was boring. It was making me sleepy. It delayed the fight some more because they was big and sloppy and lazy and they didn't want to fight. Get y'all big asses out of here right now. When they started not throwing punches and just looking at each other, friend, they should have rang the bell and told them to get out. That's why I don't need no power like no turkey. I would have shut that shit down immediately. Get y'all fat asses out of here. I'm not lying. They would have been mad to the bitch at me because I'm not lying. They would have been all kind of big sloppy asses by the time I was done. Because why y'all let her like this?
They could have easily. Were they on the undercard or were they on the main card?
I don't know what they was on, but they was big. They was on the main card, friend.
They could have flip-flops with they didn't have to be on the main card, the undercard of the main card, because
they didn't have to be on anything. Like they could have stayed at the house.
They could have been on that Friday night, that Thursday night,
and could have
card.
And if Turkey run this shit like I know he do, I'm telling you, friend, I would have got up and rang the bell and grabbed the mic and get out. Cut their hands off on the way out. So they'll never get back in here again. Get the hands.
Man, say congratulations. What's his name? Jermaine Franklin. Is that his name? To Mr. Franklin. Congratulations on that victory, honey. Get in. I mean, he made it out 12 rounds, so he had to be in some type of shape, but
get back in the gym tomorrow. Don't waste no time. Don't waste no time. And whatever sweets in the middle of the night, cut back. Because we can tell you eating them sweets in the middle of the night.
Well,
I don't care if he got a girl. I don't want to call her big sloppy either. Somebody is disgusting in the house. Either way, get him in shape. Your job is to stay ready and go in there and beat somebody up to make your money. You ain't supposed to go in there and look how you looking and greasy and looking and just slowing down the fight. Everybody can agree we could have scrapped that whole card. That whole little fight, we just could have scrapped that whole thing out. The card was running fine. Cocaine Bear was in there throwing them hands.
Man, speaking of let's get to the firecrackers, okay? Because baby, I told y'all Friday that I thought this fight was going to potentially be the fight of the night. Lester Martinez and Christian and Billy, they saw what Boa Chuck and Brandon did, and both of them said, "Hold my beer," because those gentlemen, I have a headache right now still from watching the punches that M. Billy took, from watching the punches that Lester took. Lester is a big old dude. Big old Guatemalan. Big, and very, very agile, very, very good. Let me just say, Bomac has the loudest mouth I've ever heard in my life, because I could hear every bit of instruction he was giving Lester as he was fighting. But Christian and Billy and his Cameroonian spirit would not let him go down. It just would not let him stop coming. Like, if I go to war, like people be talking about 100 men versus a gorilla, I want 100 of them. Christian ain't, you don't have to behead him. He coming, okay? He's coming. It was just, after like round 6, it got hard and difficult for me to watch because they just kept wailing on each other. I was like, somebody gonna fall out. Somebody is not gonna get. I would have never imagined that was going to round 12. I was perfectly fine with the draw because after 6 rounds, I quit even trying to score it. It was so much back and forth action. How did y'all feel about that? It was, Lord have mercy, it was so much.
Wait, before we get too deep in the M. Billy fight, they asking you to go back to the so-called Nelson fight. Steven Nelson.
Okay, the first round stoppage. Did y'all agree with the stoppage, or did you think it was premature?
A tad, but you know.
What did you think, Janae?
I mean, in the moment, I thought that it was a good stoppage. I mean, he was just getting punched on, and it's like, what? Like, for what? You know?
And he wasn't responding. He wasn't throwing back.
Yeah. So it was just like, I mean, I get it. Could he have probably kept going? Sure. But it's like, is that how we really want to start the night? You know, with somebody potentially getting seriously hurt? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just puts a damper on the whole rest of the night if that ends up playing out like a crazy situation like Tim Zoo, or, you know, like how that fight went. Like, just let's go ahead and wrap it up. Stevie was busy sewing and all kind of things. So he didn't have much time in camp. He was very busy making outfits, making sure everybody looked good. You know, Bomac, he had to piece together 2-3 outfits for him. So he was very busy all camp. He didn't really have time to train.
And why you go and say that?
Now, wait a minute. Now, why she got to leave?
Why you go and say that? You finna go on no roll-on vacation. You ain't coming up for tomorrow. You finna go on a roll-on vacation, friend. Why you say that now?
But I still love him though. Bomac can have all the Cheetos he wants from me.
My God, today.
I thought that might have been ominous of what the night was going to bring, but Bomac had a trick for our asses that night. So I'm just saying, I'm not dissing Bomac. Stevie was very busy sewing all camp. He is an outfit maker. And he
Now,
can
one
continue
thing
to make
about it,
outfits because they stopped the fight. Just wrap it up. It's okay.
and
You know?
I'm in agreement with that. I think at this point we can just go ahead and make you the universal uniform man. Please holler at me, sir, because I got 5 uniforms that need to be made before October the 25th. So if you see this, Mr. Nelson, I do have some uniforms that need to be made, Mr. Nelson, because I think it's time for you to stop boxing. And I'm waiting for Freshawn to get done, and you and Freshawn can start a business because y'all so creative, and I think y'all would create a lot of furry, fluffy, creative things together, you two.
That's a little tackalicious, but that's okay. Stevie is cold with the sewing. That's what he's cold with. He cold with that sewing. And we need to give him a few more jobs.
Thank you, Boxing Talk, for the 1999. Shout out to the queens. Much love to the best growing boxing channel on YouTube. However, it's time we bring Boxiana to the front of the congregation for her allegiance to the former King Canelo. Bud said, "I am your king now."
We ain't gotta bring me to the front. I've been in pick Bud to beat Canelo. I was the one telling y'all Bud was gonna beat Canelo. Y'all didn't believe me. But we gonna talk about it. I have nothing good to say about my king when we get there. Nothing good. Nothing.
Friend, you know what? I agree with the both of y'all. Initially, I was thinking the stoppage was kind of early, but then I had to think about it. Listen, Steve Stone Cold Nelson, he's older gentleman too. You know, he was just in there and he got punched on a lot by Pacheco. And you have to remember the battles that the Warriors have already fought, and the ref's job is to protect the boxer. The man wasn't throwing anything back. He was just standing there getting pummeled. It's really easy to get a jolt of adrenaline when you know the fight is called off and there's no more fighting to say, "Oh, I could do it. I was ready." But if you could have, you would have. And you didn't. So we not. Okay. So I didn't have any issue after I really looked into it and saw that, you know, he wasn't swinging back. He was just covering up, but he was getting tagged with those punches and it did not look good. It just didn't look good. So, you know, I have no problem with the early stoppage. It was early, but I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. And sir, you do a fabulous job with the construction of the fight attire. And I saw his, I think it was something on IG that he explained how he came up with Bud's attire. We'll talk about it later. But the thoughtfulness that he puts into his creations, like for real, no shade, is top tier. It is freaking top tier. And so congratulations on that, if nothing else. But we're going to move on to the folks who actually got past round one. Your stablemate Lester and M. Billy. Listen, y'all. I still have a headache. I was so tired after watching them. I don't know how they made it through. Did y'all have an issue with the draw, or did y'all think somebody actually won outright?
If I had to be honest, I too had it a draw. I felt like neither party did enough to really separate themselves from the other. It was really, 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 really irking me because Lester could have really put Billy down if he would have listened to Bomac.
Mm-hmm.
And he was listening in spots, but he didn't listen to a point where it could be effective. When Lester was fighting Billy in the mid-range, like when he got out the phone booth and he was turning him and kind of fighting him in the mid-range, he was putting the beats on Billy. He was hitting his ass with 3-piece combos he didn't even see coming. If Lester had, and the other thing too, why fighting in the mid-range was working for him, because Billy fights with his head over his feet. He is literally about to fall over when he fights because he's almost like hunched over. If Lester would have took like a step back,
half a step back, just a half a step back.
Oh my, yeah, even a half.
All night.
He would have sent Billy to the shadow realm because if it's one thing, which I think I said this on the show on Friday, he can crack. And he's in the camp with Crawford and all of them, and I think I said his style kind of mimics Canelo, like in some ways. Now, obviously, Lester is much younger. He can definitely give Bud more work, obviously, than Canelo did. But if he can get his mid-range game together and start listening to Bomac instead of going in there and just being like, well, I'm gonna get into a shootout with a shooter, he could have ended the fight. But I thought it was a good fight. I didn't think anyone deserved to lose. Lester, I think, is going to be a long ass night for a lot of them guys at 68. He's on y'all ass. And if Billy is considered like number 2 because he's the WBC interim, he's on y'all ass. It's over with. Lester is coming for everything that he can snort. Okay.
Shout out to Cocaine Bear. He was out there doing his biggest, bestest. I was perfectly comfortable and fine with the draw because I want to see it again. And Billy is a UK-man. I was correct. I came out waiting. When he came out, I was waiting. And you know what's crazy? My sister and my cousin and my sister's homeboy, they were all over here. We were watching the fight. And my cousin say, what's wrong with that boy her? And me and Octavia just bust out laughing because she was here Friday while we were doing the show, and she remembered me saying something about his freaking hair. The man is a UK man. Do y'all not know what an edge up is in the front? It was lined up in the back, friend. The
fade wasn't even right, friend. It just was all wrong. And it sucks because he dressed it so nice. He had on the nicest suit when he came into the building that night. But that hair just, woo.
Good looking man. But Jesus, my Lord, friend. Please, sir, you would look so much better in the front of your head if you had an edge up. You got a nice body. You got a smooth, even skin tone. You look good. But my God.
Lester.
Tell you, I was so happy that the ladies have found these men in boxing, because let me tell you, between Lester and that Vargas boy, baby, the girls was lusting this weekend, and I love that for them. I really, really do. That's gonna bring a new eye to the sport because these girls want to see what these boxers is looking like. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a good fight. I love it. Very fan friendly. They were banging. Lester is really that guy. I want him to get away from those allegations that surrounded him before the fight. But as long as you stay away from that, and like your friend, you pointed out something about Bomac. Listen, you can hear Bomac down the street and around the corner. Bomac is the one that was saying the British is coming. That Bomac.
Power fear. You understand me?
Listen, Bomac will let you hear it, okay?
You know what though? You said it, and so did Janae say it. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, does Lester speak fluent English?
Yeah, he speaks English.
Does he? I don't think he does. I think his English is still a little shaky. He's young, and he's Guatemalan. I don't know if there is a language barrier there a little bit with him and Bomac, but I know there's another. They have. Well, who's the other guy in the camp? The Spanish gentleman in the camp, the Hispanic guy in the camp. He might be the one that needs to yell out the instruction, because Bomac, like you said, friend, was clearly giving him the correct instructions. He couldn't get it done, and it may have just been Christian and Billy wasn't letting him get it done, Christian and Billy was so aggressive. He was so on his ass. When I say he was smelling all the must that he had up on him that night, he wouldn't let him breathe. He kept turning him, but each time he turned him, Christian was right back in his face, like right back in his face. And I mean, he hit him with the hardest 1-2s he could muster up. Christian said, that hurt, but bitch, you gotta go. He wasn't moving. He was not moving. He was immovable. He was not going anywhere. You were gonna have to put him down, and he just didn't have enough. Bomac kept telling him he's tired. He's tired, and I was thinking Christian looking a little tired too. But he got himself another wind, and he was right back in his face. Shame on you, Shakur Stevenson. I saw that tweet. Talking about test that nigga. No, he's just a good fighter too, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I didn't like that from you, Shakur. Don't do that. Anyway, and you doing that because you told everybody to pick Lester. And Lester is nice, but don't sleep on M. Billy either. Okay? What y'all love to say, styles make fights. Styles make fights.
That made a hell of a fight.
Yeah. And his muscles didn't do shit to him. You know, they love to say he's too muscular. They got too many muscles. He gonna tire out. No, not the Cameroonian. The man from the Cameroon said, I'm gonna be in your face all night long. And if you can't put me down, you don't have to deal with me all night long. And I'm coming. I'm wearing your ass out. You gonna have to wear me out too. And so they both didn't budge, and we got a draw. And I ain't mad about it. Okay, I'm not mad about it at all. Shout out to both gentlemen. I don't want to see them run that back no time soon, though, because that was too much. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see that not no time soon again. Okay. Co-main event, which in my opinion should have been Christian and Billy and Lester Martinez, but we got the co-main event, which was Callum Walsh and Fernando Vargas Jr. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I thought Vargas Jr. was gonna get laid out. I was thoroughly shocked that fight went 12 rounds. I was completely baffled that fight went 12 rounds. The young man's got heart because he was clearly, in my opinion, the commentators kept trying to say he wasn't that far off, Walsh. And maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was. Maybe I thought he was worse than he was. I don't know. Maybe he got up for this fight because it was in his hometown of Vegas. Whatever the case may be. I was shocked that he lasted the full 12 rounds. And he actually, in my opinion, he knocked him down and they didn't call it a knockdown. Am I tripping? Was that a trip? Or did he knock Walsh down? Say that again, friend.
That was a knockdown.
I thought it was a knockdown, but they didn't count it, though. I thought that was odd. How did y'all feel about his performance or that fight?
I was expecting more, honestly. My bad, friend. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I personally took a nap, so I didn't have many thoughts about it on Friday. I don't have any thoughts about it today. That's when I took my little, in baseball, they call it the 7th inning stretch. I took my little nap so I could make the main card. I didn't have any thoughts about it then. I will say though, Junior has a lot of fans on TikTok. Mama said if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So I'm going to go with that. Junior has a lot of fans on TikTok. The girls done found out about him from watching the Netflix card. And
he ain't that good. My friend ain't going to say it. He ain't that good. Listen, baby, he shouldn't have been no co-man, baby. Listen. When I was telling you, my eyes were fighting to stay open, y'all. When I say fighting, and I was kind of excited because I was like, yeah, the Irishman finna go in there and do his big thug thizzle, you know what I'm saying? And like he was, but like he not Emiliano. He not Emiliano. Emiliano is the grace, please. That's the one y'all need to be pushing. That other one look good, but that's all he do is look good. He was in there windmilling. It was one point in time I was like, man, stop this shit. I don't want to see this no more. But then I started getting sleepy, and I want to say I closed my eyes, y'all. I want to say I closed my eyes. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. Let me not lie to y'all. I did go to sleep, okay? But it was like it was like round 9, y'all. I just couldn't take it no more, man. I just couldn't take it. So no, he not Emiliano. He not that good. I would rather not see him in a co-main nothing no more no time soon because my God, today, baby, you could have threw me. Wee. I was struggling and I didn't like nothing about him. It just didn't look good, y'all. Okay. So we don't never need to get him back in a co-main. He is the Nico Ali Wash of the family. Okay. He the Nico. He not Emiliano. He not the
He the
main
Nico
attraction.
and actually Callum Walsh and Nico Walsh are probably more related than Nico is to Ali. Cause baby,
Yeah.
Callum, I was disappointed with Callum. I thought Callum was gonna come in there and do his big. When you got a nice slot in this major card and you came in there and looked super duper regular. How you let Emiliano, let me not say him because he's the one. How you let Vargas Jr. come in there and stand with you for 12 rounds? How do you do that? How? Because towards the end of the fight, because I actually watched the entire thing, he started separating himself more, but I keep saying Vargas Jr., what he does have is he does have a little power. So when he felt that in that first round he got knocked down and it wasn't called a knockdown, it kind of stymied him from being as aggressive as he could have been and probably maybe getting a stoppage or a knockdown or hurting him or something like that. But yeah, that was absolutely a store run fight. Yes, I agree. Congratulations, Callum Walsh, Nico's cousin. Congratulations. But I must say, again, I was a bit shocked for Vargas surviving 12 rounds because I just knew he wasn't gonna last. I just knew he wouldn't. He got hard if he ain't got nothing else. He's got a little heart. So yeah, he was motivated not to get embarrassed. Exactly. So congratulations to him for that. Dude started fighting at 17. He's what, 28 now?
Like 28. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, great for him.
They're getting a family bag.
Getting a family bag. Exactly, friend. Exactly. So now we finna get to the big one. The one y'all came in here that y'all wanted to hear us talk about this one. Okay. We all said it was a unanimous thought process on this here channel that we all wanted Bud to win. But everybody, I think, who did you have? I know I picked Canelo. I thought Canelo.
I did too, me.
I thought Canelo was gonna win. I said Canelo has everything in his favor. I said he had, and he did. He had the judges in his favor because that scorecard, those scorecards were a bit foolish after we saw the fight. So he did have that in his favor. But Terrence Bud Crawford was so many hills and mountains above him that they could not cheat him. Let me just say congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford, all of his staunch supporters and fans who relish in telling us that we are wrong about Bud. Y'all are absolutely correct. I won't pick against him again. The man is outstanding. He's the one in this generation of elite boxers. He is the one. Okay. You won't ever hear me say he ain't. He is the one. Okay. The way he went up in there and shredded Canelo to pieces, had him in there looking dazed and confused. The way he stood up in there and fought with Canelo, The way he moved and danced in that thing, the way he looked so comfortable, the way he just was having fun off in there, the way he started grinning and letting his mouthpiece show like, boy, you ain't got nothing for me. I told y'all what I was going to do to this man. The way he did all of that, he gets nothing but my utmost respect. Nothing but my utmost respect. There's nothing I can say except congratulations. If you came over here to hear anything else, I'm sorry. Okay? I don't know what else to tell y'all. There's nothing else that I can say except congratulations. Outstanding performance. And I do believe those extra pounds helps with punch resistance because Bud took some shots in this fight. And I cringed because I didn't know how he was going to take them. He took them and didn't blink. He wasn't moved at all. Not even a little bit. He was motivated, really, is what it did. So I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say except for congratulations, man. Shut me up. And not that I was talking noise about him. I didn't know what he was going to look at like at 168. He skipped the whole division. My regular mind says, my thinking mind says, that's a bit much. He's been off a whole year. He's about to be 38. He had everything going against him. And still I rise is what he did. So, hey, my hat's off. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Bud. What y'all got?
I just want to say, in the new, Bud gets all the love, all the credit for me. He puts, I don't think we've seen Canelo get his ass whooped like that in a long time. Bud looked fantastic. I even thought that it was going to be a boring fight. It ended up turning out to be, it was boring in some spots, but it ended up actually being a pretty damn good fight. Like, it was entertaining, let me say. It was definitely entertaining. I was awake. I woke up after our nephew Junior, I woke up and I heard mariachi. I said, oh, I got to wake up. And Bud, he came out. I loved the briefcase, the guitar case. His outfit looked amazing. I loved those wristbands that they gave everyone that kind of had the stadium flashing with lights. It was scenic. It was amazing. He was in off-white. Canelo was in a Miri. And they got in there and Bud set the tone from the very beginning. He came out, he set the tone. He was on Canelo's ass like white on rice, and he gets him, Bomac, Bernie, all of them, they get nothing, but Bomac should get all the Cheetos he wants for a lifetime. I mean, true. No, that's for real. Like, he deserves what that group over there, whatever that chemistry that they have together is undeniable. It's undeniable. Bud listens to Bomac. He looked, I have nothing bad to say. They looked great. It was so nice to see him, he took that knee at the end. He was crying and just, very emotional. Like, I know we joke on Bomac, but I mean that in a very endearing way, because we know he likes Cheetos. I mean, he deserves everything. Rick,
I know goddamn well you talking about unnecessary and lame. You, as much as you come in here with the Dallas Cowboy hate, mind you, your damn Texas is 0-2. You shut your ass up.
Oh, please. Like, why are we being sensitive today? Like, I truly mean that. Like, he deserves everything. They put a damn good game plan together, and Bud got in that ring and whooped on Canelo's ass in a way that we have not seen in a long time. That don't come easy. I thought it was a great fight. And the new, congratulations. The belt's going home to Omaha, baby.
Omaha. Friend, what do you have about
I guess it's my turn, and I tell you what, don't put your titties on the monitor while I'm down there talking, Because if I look down there and see it, we're going to have a damn issue in a year and your ass up on the Jumbotron. Shout out to Budrick Dwayne Anthony Crawford. He is the greatest. Like, these kids have a legend to look up to. And I'm glad for them to have somebody to look up to. If somebody had to look up to somebody, I would rather it be a real boxer, somebody in the gym dedicating his life to the sport, not in the streets doing no weirdo stuff like Bud just fishing and doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was super proud to witness that moment. And I'm a Canelo fan. But to see that man's family in the ring with him and his boys, his sons was so proud of him. My God. Like, that was amazing to see. So I was appreciative to be a part of that moment. Bud don't get no slack and no hate from me. I told y'all Bud was gonna beat Canelo. I have been telling y'all this for weeks. If Canelo came in there with that pepperoni on his lip, Bud was gonna have a problem. But I also said Bud better also be in that snack gym eating that snacky shit. And if you were here, I told y'all it's gonna be the battle of who took the most shit. So it is what it is. Like I said, I was proud to see that moment. Bomac is a hell of a fucking trainer. Don't let nobody ever tell you anything other than Bomac is a hell of a trainer. Um, he knows how to put that shit together. And like Janae said, they have a chemistry that works really, really well for them. Bomac knows how to communicate to Bud to where he understands and how he understands it only. Because there were some times where Bomac, I ain't gonna say Bomac had a little concern, but you could hear, well, this is what you need to do this time when you go out there, because this time need to be different than this time. But he wasn't very anxious. His delivery was calm and it was cool. And he was just telling them, say, this, and the third. Apparently Bud had a little power on him that Canelo was not expecting, because there were several punches that Bud landed on Canelo and his face was like, bitch, I know damn well you just didn't hit me and knock my wig loose like this. And he did. He definitely did. And I'm a Canelo fan. We all know this. If you watch this channel, y'all know I'm probably one of the biggest Canelo fans that you may be. But I know how to call a hating ass bitch when I see one. Okay? There are some larger platforms saying that this was a draw. Canelo, this fight was closer than no. You will not rip that credit away from that man. That man beat Canelo's ass. That fight was not close. It didn't look close from the beginning to end. I don't know what fight you guys were watching at the time, but no, that fight was not close. And I think it's classless that instead of you giving Canelo his credit, giving Budrick his credit, y'all talk about this fight was close. And Canelo told y'all ass, no, he beat my ass. He got me. Canelo told you that. Go ahead, friend. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with you. And I want to just add, if you're such a fan of Canelo, you should follow his lead. I say that about as an Errol Spence fan, I have to check myself and follow the boxer that I like. You follow his lead. He said, you know what? I got to run that back. He was the better man. He made no excuses for his loss. Canelo made no excuses for his loss. The man was better than me. That's it. And that is all. No excuses needed.
And I'm a piggyback off you, Nick. And friend, this goes to your point, because the audacity of the people in this sport who have been covering it longer than us, who have been a part of this, who have seen Canelo come up from a 15-year-old kid to a grown man, a world champion. He has helped carry the sport. To say now at this point in his career, because he lost to Bud, that was he ever really that good? I know you fucking lying.
I hate when they do that.
You know what? Because it really pisses me off. I too love Canelo. You know, again, he's like my age, so that's someone that I came up in the sport watching. We are damn near the same age. To sit here and in any sort of way discredit, it goes back to the shit Max Kellerman was doing. To sit here and discredit that man and all that he has done in this sport, to try and make it seem like, well, but again, to kind of take away from Bud's win. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Canelo gave us a trilogy with Triple G. We got Austin Trout. We got Floyd Mayweather fight out of him. We got who has Canelo not fought? Now we know one name, and right now we know one person, and you know what? Maybe, just maybe, this is what your ass get for ducking and dodging.
Who you should have fought.
Who you should have fought. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. You know, God bless David. But nonetheless, this is not a time to sit here and say, oh, Canelo was never a great champion and all of that bullshit y'all out here spewing. Save it for David. Canelo has carried boxing. When it needed somebody to put boxing on its back, he has carried this sport. Mm-hmm. He has carried it. So cut the shit. Cut the discrediting. Cut the, oh, it was a draw. No. We all have two eyes. We all saw the same fight. It's okay for him to lose. This ain't his first loss.
Exactly.
And but it's crazy because I said this to y'all at the end of the fight. That man damn near looked relieved to get those belts up off of him.
Because carrying the sport is a weight. And we've seen others who claim to be the face crumble under the stress.
But you know, when I remember I told you guys, I told everybody, boxing needed an upset that was going to rock the market. Nobody thought Bud, who moved up from 135 pounds, moved up all the way to 168 pounds to beat Canelo Alvarez. This is a movie. He'll have a movie. He will have a movie about this. This will be turned into something huge and amazing. But boxing needed this so freaking bad. But my good sister brought up a point the other day when I was talking to her. She said she hated that those belts went to Bud because she's disappointed in these new guys because y'all supposed to be passing the torch over. Who the torch gonna get passed through now?
They about to be scattered.
Bud like to hold on to them belts unless he gonna drop them out and let everybody fight for him.
I think he's going to end up dropping. But we're going to go there because I want to know what you guys think is next for both guys. But I do want to just reiterate something that Janae said, for real, talking about Canelo and people trying to downplay how he's carried the sport. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of Canelo. I'm really not. I liked him when the whole clenbuterol thing came out. It changed my thought process behind him. But one thing I can say, unlike other folks who got caught up in scandal, he tried to prove his innocence. He went above and beyond trying to, prove his innocence in that whole mess. And I know we feel like, they changed the levels for him and all of that, but he was so big at the time, he didn't have to do that. He could have just said, no, I didn't, and it would have went away, and that just would have been that. So not that I'm giving him credit for that, but to me, that says something about somebody's character. To me, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but he didn't have to do that because he was at the top of the top then when it happened. He could have been like, it was the meat. And that was it. He didn't have to do no hair test. He didn't have to do none of that. So we're not finna act like he was the King Canelo. Like people were not universally calling him King Canelo, the face of boxing. As much as it burns your ass to say that, you can't deny that's what it was. Okay. He was the one. He was the money man in the sport, whether you like it or not. It was him. It was Cinnabons. It was him. He was the guy. He came. He rewrote the shit. He dresses the part. He looks the part. He carried the weight. He did. And when somebody comes along that's smaller than you, when somebody comes along that, you know, for a fight that really nobody asked for, we're happy we got it. But nobody was really asking and calling for Bud versus Canelo. We thought it was crazy because it was so many weight class difference. And because initially Bud said there's weight classes for a reason. So it wasn't like we were calling for this. And Rick, I have to give you what you said in the chat. The boxing gods said, you know what? Canelo, you've been riding high for a long while and you've been maneuvering pretty well. Okay, there's been some good matchmaking going on in your career. And because you're at the top of the food chain, you can, you know, move kind of like you want to move. I think Canelo knew initially that this was not a good matchup for him because he's kept saying it makes no sense for me to fight Terrence Crawford. I get nothing out of it. He knew that. He knew that. But that money be talking and stuff. And he felt like, you know, in this 3-fight deal with all this money, I'm going to have to take a fight that I don't really want to take. I think he thought that he would probably have the better chance against a smaller Terrence Crawford than he would against a bigger David Benavidez, which logically speaking sounds about right. He just ran up against the best guy in this era, like he did when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He just happens to be a guy in his era that has fought two guys that were the best in two different eras. Mm-hmm. You're not finna shit on a boxer that risked they record for that. Not to me. I don't give a fuck how much you don't like Canelo. Name me somebody else that has fought the best boxer in two different decades, in two different eras, and risked their own, smaller than them, and lost it. You're not going to find one. So y'all can shit on him if you want to, but you wouldn't have this victory lap had he not agreed to the fight. So let's not do that. Let's not do that, okay? I'm just saying, let's not do that. I'm just saying, okay? Because he done whooped on some heads. We ain't gonna act like he ain't whooped on no heads either. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. Shout out to everybody who knew this was a horrible matchup for him, though. Because there was plenty of people going, I know, you know, Bud is smaller and stuff like that, but he has a set of skills that Canelo can't deal with. And shout out to Bud because he hadn't pulled that out since what? Victor Postol? I hadn't seen Bud move like that in a really long time. I hadn't. So it was just a really good fight, guys. And I wish as boxing fans, we would stop being so combative. How ironic is that? And just appreciate the good shit that we do get to see. Because we don't get it all the time. We really don't. We don't get it all the time. So congratulations to both gentlemen, but super duper shout out to Bud Crawford and his entire team. Man, I saw this, I think I sent it to you, Box, about the planning behind his freaking outfit. Like, it's so methodically thought out. Man, if y'all have Instagram or go to Steven Nelson's page or whatever and find out what the inspiration behind his outfit was. And listen, you know, I wish black boxers would come out and like give a salute to Black Americans. I really wish they would. I hate when they come out and they're fighting a Mexican and they have on the sombrero and they do all that shit. I hate it. This was a completely different flip on that. And I actually did not know what I was watching initially. I didn't realize that was the first guy was his childhood friend or whatever. I didn't know I said to myself, damn, Canelo done took over the whole damn thing. They got the white Bub walking out I had no idea what was going on, what I was watching. But once I saw somebody break it down, I was like, oh, goddamn. That was nice. Listen, I have nothing bad to say, y'all. And the other thing, Steven Nelson, let me just say this. I don't know if you're watching. If somebody knows Steven Nelson, tell him that I peeped this. I don't know if he did this on purpose. But you know, normally when you paying homage to the Mexican flag and, you know, Mexico and whatnot, it's normally red, white, and green. Peeped the red, white, and black. You ain't have to say nothing, but I saw you though. Okay, I saw it. Just saying. I saw it. I got it. You ain't have to say it out loud. We be wanting y'all to say it out loud, but I got it though. Just saying. Friend, y'all got anything else?
No, I think, wow, legendary shit. Just glad we got to see it. You know, what will happen going forward, who knows? I was telling Boxy this, you know, like I said, Canelo just looks so relieved. Like, man, the pressure's not all on him anymore, right? But it leaves me to wonder, has Canelo kind of contributed to the state that boxing is in? Because he refused to pass the torch to David Benavidez, a younger fighter who was coming up that he could have really put in a great position, possibly also even lost to, who would have, I feel, you know, carried on the crown well at 168 pounds. So, you know, that was kind of like my ending thought after everything, you know, just beyond like the win, right? But just like, has Canelo contributed to the disarray our sport is in? You know, I really had to reflect on that. And I think he is a little, you know, people love to still blame Floyd, but Floyd is out of the game now. And Floyd was always terrific in giving young guys a fight, a shot. Canelo was what, like 23 when they fought?
Was.
You know, and I had to really reflect on that. I said, you know, this might be, again, a little bit more karma, because he just didn't, you know, he just didn't want to pass the torch along. So I think Canelo not being the champion may end up being the best thing for all those guys at 68. But it leaves us in a place of they won't get a Canelo fight now. Or if they do, it may not mean as much because he's not the top dog anymore.
He's not the top dog anymore.
He's shown he's human again. He's older. So, you know, I don't know, but I did think about that a lot after the fight. Like, has Canelo contributed in some ways to
the maneuvering?
Yeah, and too, right, like just the young guys not being in the ring with those older seasoned vets and getting those big fights and platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what that's gonna do for Lester and Billy. Look what that's gonna do for Brandon Adams. And you know, these younger guys need those opportunities. So anyways, I'm off my soapbox about that, but Canelo, he got to pay for some of his crimes.
Do you think he's coming back? Do you think he's fighting again? What do you think is going to happen? Who's his next opponent?
Well, Turkey said they still have 2 more fights in 2026. I would probably guess at this point Shiraz would be a fight because of the way he did the goofball Jamal. And it won't be such a pressuresome situation, right? Because there's no belt on the line. So it's just kind of like you're fighting Canelo as a stepping stone to be the top guy. I definitely see Shiraz, but I don't, you know, like, does Canelo want to fight Christian and Billy? Probably not. It's
He could have been fought Christian. Christian been holding that interim. He didn't want that.
Yeah, like I just don't know. I'm telling y'all, I can read body language that people don't want me to read. I'm telling you, that man looked like he could breathe again. When he looked like he could just
he was relieved. I don't know if it was relief because he doesn't have the pressure of the belts, or if he was just relieved because the fight was freaking over, because he was getting his ass woke out.
I think, definitely some of that, but that man looked like the weight of the world was off his shoulders. And I do think, to your point, Nik, like a lot of guys just don't know how to handle that type of spotlight and that type of stardom for so long, and he carried the sport. That's a hard thing to do and not crack under the pressure. And two, now it's kind of more so like he can kind of just wean his way out of boxing, like into retirement. I think he'll do his last 2 fights and we'll never see Canelo again. I mean, he's done all he can do in the sport.
I think after these next 2, he's done too. Box, what you think? Who do you think? Well, I'm sorry. Before Box, Janae. So you're thinking Shiraz for Canelo next year. What do you think Bud does? Does he hold on to those titles? Does he defend at 168? What does he go? Where does he go from here?
I'll be honest with you. I don't really know. I would, if I had to just be fully honest, I would love for Bud to make a decision sooner than later versus holding those belts up. If you have made all the money that you've made and you've decided, you know what, there's no one else for me to get up for at this point in my career, drop the belts. You have achieved beyond what maybe he even initially thought he would ever achieve. I think what anyone in the sport ever believed he would achieve. It's just kind of like, if you're not going to fight, drop the belts so that the guys who are still fighting can do what they need to do. I wouldn't be shocked if Bud retires and we never see him again. I would not be shocked. He has done it all, and he's done it at a high level. And it's like, who does he get up for at this point? He said he's not going back to fight Boots. So,
well, he said he's not going to 154. If Boots decide he want to come to 160, then maybe.
Well, Boots is getting ready to fight. I mean, look, I'm not trying to shade them guys over there, but he's getting ready to fight Usman Lima. That ain't no damn Bud Crawford. Like, it's just like, and then I don't know, Bud, I love him, but he is a little weird when it comes to, he forgets that somebody put him in position. He gets a little weird about, again, passing the torch and bringing the young guys along, because he really should say, Boots, come on up to 168 so I give you some of this work before I go on and into the sunset. Since you want it so bad, come meet me.
Well,
meet me in the tunnel.
I don't know how much longer Bud is gonna want to fight. But this is what we do know. Bud fights typically once a year. So we'll see. I know one that I would love to see, but people would probably think I'm nuts for wanting to see it. Box, what do you think is next for Canelo, and what do you think is next for Bud?
I think Canelo is done. If he's not done, I think they got David Benavidez somewhere on the deck back. Because if you remember in Turkey, David's next fight is with Turkey.
It is.
So I think David Benavidez is somewhere back in the burner. If not, he gonna retire. That's what I think.
What do you think next for Bud?
Honestly, I think Bud is trying. I think he might go 40-0, but I don't know who he will fight next. But I'll tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna make that Floyd and Bud exhibition.
You think so?
Fuck yeah, goat versus goat. He beat Canelo Alvarez.
How old is
Only-
Floyd?
The only other person to beat Canelo Alvarez was who?
Floyd and Bivol.
Yeah, and he ain't fighting Bivol again, but he'll fight Floyd.
Floyd is 48.
Floyd is 48, so that's a 10-year difference. And then Floyd has a 10-year difference with Mike Tyson. So is Floyd gonna become the money man of the exhibition fights? Is that
Probably.
what he's? Oh my god.
He a walking bag, Nick, a walking lick.
He is a walking lick. But okay, I mean real fights. Do you think Bud is gonna fight another real fight?
No.
Okay, so you think
really,
Bud is gonna...
the only person that's left for him to fight is Boots.
Boots might come to 160 next year.
Yeah, all right.
Listen, let me get
Box, I'm with you because he got a long road to get there, baby.
Oh,
as long as that side, Nick. He got Mel Charlo in front of him if he returns a Errol Spence Jr. fight, a Virgil Ortiz fight, Sebastian Fundora if Keith two-time don't show up and do what we think he might possibly be able to still do. He got a long night at 154.
This is true. This is I cannot defeat. I can't debate you. I can't. Listen, we had a lot of super chats that I missed because it got good to us, but I want to read them all because we really appreciate y'all coming through with the donations. Thank you so much, Boxing Talk. He came back with the $1.99. He says in T'Challa voice, "I am your king now." That's what he said to Canelo. Poor thing. TD Harden, thank you, my good brother. He says the Duck Emperor dynasty is over. Hey, Boxiana. Tevis came back. He said, Boxiana and Miss Janae, there will be no siestas during the fight card.
Tevis, I was fighting for my life, okay? Fighting.
Y'all can't be taking naps during the card. Baby, I was texting Box. I'm like, baby, she talking about I was in here on my bed. Girl, get up.
And when I say stressed out, and you know what's called, y'all, my friend know I ain't been doing well. I've been trying to
like, oh,
and she was in here really hollering, "You need to get up right now." I was like, "Friend, please, girl. I need 7 more minutes, girl. Please." She said, "Girl,
Box, I was with you.
Yeah.
I rubbed my little feet together.
It was a little late too.
Listen, at midnight, I am doing what my friend just said. I have been rubbing my feet together. I didn't rub my feet together so much. I didn't fall asleep by 12 o'clock. Okay? Shit.
Yeah, it was 1:30 over here. I was fighting for my entire life.
Yeah,
I was windmilling.
They gotta fix that because that's a bit much, y'all. Now people want to be up watching the fight, not digging the crust out their eye, trying to wake up and whatnot. Boxing Talk came back. He says, "What's y'all Netflix? Was y'all's Netflix acting up or did it work? Mine was fine. Did you guys have any problems? Yeah, mine was fine.
Mine wasn't working at first, and then it was
okay. Todd French 600, thank you so much. He says the juice is different in Saudi, but KO the last little bit of clean out of Canelo with that pull counter made him look at his wife in the audience. He did. Maybe Canelo was like, I know this motherfucker. Did you just rock my shit? What?
They jumping me.
I'm in it on the music.
They jumping me.
Yeah, this ain't fair. Referee, where you at? You ain't supposed to let him do me like this. Tevis came back with the $10. Thank you so much. He says Canelo looked like he wanted to pull a Roberto Duran, no mas, a couple of times in the later rounds. He really did. Yeah, it was a little shame. He really did. TD Harden came back with the $5 super chat. He says he avoided that Benavidez fire to fall in that Crawford frying pan. Guess every duck truly has his day. Bomac can eat whatever he wants to eat.
TD really in here trying to shit on Canelo when I picked Bud to beat Canelo in the first place. You just in here wasting your shit at this point. But put your titties up. What?
No, he not. Keep chatting.
Put your titties on the screen while you at it, TD. Hardest issue in here trying to be funny.
TD, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming back off in here. He said, I saw Bomac in the corner eating chicken and using the grease on his fingers to put on Bud's face. You know what? Now, TD, Tevis, that was Tevis. Tevis and TD going back and forth. Lord have mercy. Now, Tevis, I tell you what, guess what though? That grease didn't get in Bud's eye. It didn't get in his eye. It didn't get in his eye. I know that. That's what I do know. It didn't get in his eye. Boxing Talk, thank you. He says it was starting to get ugly in there. Also, it was after round 7, 8. But definitely in those championship rounds, I started getting worried for Canelo. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I got a little nervous.
His shit.
He was getting robbed, and it was looking bad. Yeah, TD Harden came back with $2. He says all of them Mexican legends was silent. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. They were a bit silent. But you know who wasn't silent? Canelo. He was not. He gave him all the adulation, all the praise. He just had to admit that he was outmanned. Terrence Bud Crawford was the better boxer. He was the better fighter. He could not figure him out. That's what he said. I couldn't figure him out. He had him stooped. And I'm so glad he said that, because had he given an inkling of I felt like I won the fight, like he did with Bivol, it would be a completely different story today. Completely. Boxing Talk, thank you for the $199. He came back. He said Spence needs to get a belt at 160 ASAP. And I absolutely agree, because that is what I want before Bud leaves this boxing game. Thank you so much. OGL Gil, thank you so much. How you doing? He says, hey, Queens, I was wrong. Bud showed me he is the baddest in boxing. Yeah, he did. He closed the door on the argument. He really did. When he got his opportunity, when he finally got his opportunity, he made good on it. And I mean, he left no questions answered. No questions to ask. He closed the door on any questions that we thought we had. He just, no, it's me. I'm him. What you say, friend? Himothy. I'm him. Yes, TD Harden. I want that Spence rematch. I want Bud at 160. I want Spence at 160, and I want to see what's popping. Kenta Davis, DJ K-Tel, where have you been? I have not seen you in 2 months of Sundays. Where have you been? Thank you so much for coming back in here. He says, I'm pissed Canelo didn't fight Jamal or Boo-Boo at 154 or 160. No Benavidez, nor did he chase greatness and rematch Bivol for light heavy undisputed. Missed opportunities for us. Bud was a cherry pick gone wrong. Love you, Queens. Thank you so much. And yes, he was. Bud was what he thought was the lesser of two evils. And really what it boils down to is he was going to get beat up either way. But I think he felt like he could withstand Bud's punches. He was going to get laid out by David Benavidez. He was just going to get laid out. And he wasn't ready to do that. Tevis came back in here with another $10. Tevis, thank you. Shiraz will retire Canelo. He better go in a different direction. You know, I wasn't going to say that.
Y'all know I love him.
How you feel about him? Tell me again.
Love. That's a fine man, honey. He looked so good at that fight. I
He
said,
did look
ooh.
nice. He did look nice. And see, he's the perfect candidate. He could come right in and fill those shoes because he looks the part.
Friend, oh, okay. He had the hair slicked back. He had on his nice little Cartier frames. He's so well spoken, tall, handsome. Oh,
And he,
Girl,
and he be
I
throwing
was
them things. He be throwing them things. He be throwing them hands, baby. He throwing. Jamar. Is it Jamar or Jameer? Sanders. Mr. Sanders, thank you. He says, love to see 175 pounds for Bud versus Bivol if possible for undisputed. Really?
oh, you
Well,
done
you
jumped
know,
out the window.
you know it's possible because Bud had to cut weight to come down to 68. I don't think he want to go up to 75 because Bivol doesn't have all the belts anymore at 175. That's the other thing. And Bomac kind of like cut that at the knees when people were asking if he was going to fight David Benavidez. So I don't know. I think I see Bud going back down to 160 versus going up to 175. I don't know though. I don't know. Our good brother Drink. Thank you so much, Drink. He says, shout out to the number one sparring partner on the planet, Boo Boo Ennis. Ooh.
That's shady, honey.
He can move to 168 if he wants with Bud. The rabbit finally got the gun. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You are right about that. Bud can pick and choose. He's in, and that's the one thing that I will say. I don't believe Bud will pick and choose like that. I think if he decides to stay fighting and not retire, he's gonna give us a good fight that we all want to see. I don't think he's gonna play the the route of maneuvering around people we actually want to see him fight. So to our friend 600, thank you so much for the $2. He said, smart move. Mexicans wasn't going to boot a Mexican song. Okay, let me read that again. Smart move by Bud because Mexicans weren't going to boo a Mexican song talking about his walkout entry. And you're absolutely right. You know what? You're absolutely right. You know what? They seem to be more quiet. They were confused, I think, more than anything, because they were quiet on Canelo's entrance. It was kind of weird. I don't know.
They was quiet the whole fight too. I don't think that they thought this was going to happen when they showed up.
They didn't think this fight was going to go like this. They thought it was going to be another King Canelo show. And Crawford snatched their goddamn crown and said, no, bitch, it's King Crawford. That's what this is. TD Harden came back. He says, I sent the chats just because I love y'all. Thank you so much, TD Harden. We appreciate you. Scarcity didn't even say nothing. He just came in and threw down $5. And we appreciate it. Thank you so very kindly. J Pitt City, thank you. He says, Canelo saw the Majimov fight and got tricked. You know what? He may have. But Canelo knows he can't move like Majimov. He can't. He can't. He cannot. And yes, Janabek will be the toughest of the three. I don't know if I want to see that.
Listen, he beat up Jenny, and somebody gonna have to stop him.
Listen, I ain't picking against Bud. I ain't gonna pick against Bud. I ain't never picking against Bud again unless he fight my guy from DeSoto. Yeah, and I know it's gonna be crazy for me to do it then, but I'm gonna do it. I'm telling y'all right now, if the fight happens again, I'm gonna do it. But him fighting Janabek, I'm gonna pick Bud, but I'm gonna be nervous again though. I'm gonna be a little nervous again. I'm gonna be a little nervous. I'm just saying. Did I say that the last time, Bella? I said I was picking because I didn't think he was gonna fight no Canelo. That just I never thought that would happen. So it sorry, Bella. Sorry, Bryant. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, y'all. I ain't picking against him no more. He a machine. He's the Terminator. He's Commando. He's Rambo. I'm not picking against him no more. Okay? I'm just not gonna do it. But that's gonna be a good fight. Did we miss anything, y'all? Did we miss anything, guys? I know y'all, but y'all be wanting to make sure we don't miss. Oh, I did see somebody in the comments earlier. Did y'all see the cantankerous one on Twitter as people were giving Bud his praise? I missed it because the cantankerous one likes to tweet and delete. But apparently there was a little kerfuffle. Did you guys see that?
I only saw the deleted.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't catch it, or I didn't catch all of them. People try and screenshot them, but I don't want to hear nothing. Nathaniards from Stank. Save it for David. We don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from you. Unless you talking about you giving Lamont the rematch, unless you talking about you fighting Shakur Stevenson and unifying your belt at 135 pounds, Stank, stay gone. I've had enough of him. Enough.
You remember when I told y'all a while ago he is like a spoiled little brat? He is a very spoiled little brat. And if anybody gets a little bit more attention than him, especially somebody that potentially that looks like him, he's just a spoiled brat. I don't like that kind of that spirit. That I don't like it.
He green. It's
your
sick.
eyes are so green. You so envious. Why? You didn't have to say anything. You didn't have to say a word. You didn't have to say nothing. But we all know that you love Canelo. So are you hating because you're a Canelo fan? Or are you hating because it's Bud? Like, where is this coming from? You didn't have to say nothing. Why? Concentrate on what you got going on. Do that. Because you got a lot going on. There's a lot you can concentrate on that don't have nothing to do with nobody but you and your decisions and your choices. You got roach problems. It's a lot of stuff that you can concern yourself with, sir. Leave Bud alone. Leave that man alone. Because you don't want to fight him. Do you? You know you can fight Bud.
He doesn't even want to fight Shakur. Save it, Stank.
TD Hart came back. He says, I like to tease Boxiana about that duck emperor. We know. Boxing Talk came back. He says, did you see how sad the people in the crowd look? Particularly the old school fighters. God bless the queens and all the work y'all do. Spence in Omaha Stadium for the final fight. I wouldn't be mad at that. I would not be mad at that at all, Boxing Talk. I would not be upset about it. Pookie Bear, thank you. They say Bud is Lamar off BMF. Yeah, he is. He give me that energy. That's the kind of energy he coming to the ring with. Yeah. That's you. Yeah. So, last words, girls.
Last and final words. Adrian Bronner can go to hell in a hen basket. And nobody's bigger than the program. And Greg Hackett knows I love him dearly. But the tweet he made is exactly why women, especially in sports, we be having problems.
Unnecessary.
AB was so out of pocket that there was no pockets in the room. And these are my final words, especially to the fighters and the people who watch these shows, because y'all always looking for material. This is what happens when you think that you're bigger than the program. beware. You don't want to listen. You don't want to take your little chubby asses to the gym and do what you're supposed to do, which is stay in fight shape, work on your craft. You want to drink, do drugs. You don't want people to tell you no. You don't want people to tell you when you're dead ass wrong. Like, this is all a combination of thinking you are bigger than the program. When you think you're bigger than the program, this is where you end up at. So, boxers beware. That's my final words. And shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford, the new.
In the new. Boxiana?
Oh, well, I guess it's my turn. My little message is different from y'all and my friend, because y'all know me. I like to target certain things when I'm here. If you have children and you watch this channel, your kids are not themselves when they with their friends. I'm going to say that to you one more time. Your kids are not your kids when they with their friends. Instill some things into your children to remind them that when they're away from you, they still are a representative of you. Instill those things in your children. Teach your children to be better people, because these kids out here, they thugs. The girls are thugs, the boys are thugs, and it started home because the parents ain't got no balls about themselves and they scared of their kids. Parent your children. Your kids are not your kids when they with their friends. Okay? So from one parent to another, I'm telling you, be mindful of when you let your kids and your teenagers leave the house, because they showing out somewhere else. Unless you put something in them to remind them, I should be fearful that my parent is watching me at all times. So shout out to y'all. We will be back probably on Friday to entertain you guys some more. I hope you guys have a great week. Stick to a diet, stick to a plan. Wake up early in the morning and find you some peace before you start your day. See y'all on Friday.
Find you
And
some
right.
money.
And they ain't
Find
your
you some
food.
business.
That too. And I just want to double down on what my friend said. Mind your tone and delivery. That is a lesson that Bronner could have used when he was in the studio with those with Cam and Mace and the young lady stat. It just, and what I've been seeing is a lot of people, and I'm not a huge fan of Cameron either. Some stuff he does, it's, I don't like everything nobody do, but some of the stuff that he does, yeah, it's corny. But I've seen a lot of people still being enablers to Adrian Bronner. Like, y'all, baby, listen, that's a grown man. He's not a kid. Y'all still carrying him with kid gloves. Oh, he got problems. We all have them. We all got problems. Everybody is dealing with something. Okay? He's going to have to make a decision or not. We're going to be reading about him at some point if he stays on this trajectory. Somebody talking about Cam, then he didn't have to keep talking about him after that. He was offended that he came on his show inebriated. He was offended that he came on his show and didn't know how to control himself, didn't know how to behave himself. He's a grown man, okay? Grown man. He better be glad he paid him, because he didn't even have to pay him, in my estimation. You come on here acting damn fool. We've given you chance after chance after chance, and that small little piece is his life. People keep giving him chance after chance after chance, which is why he keeps doing what he's doing, because somebody's going to say, oh, man, AB just needs some help.
He was just drunk.
Helping him. Yeah, he was just drunk. He's got a problem, y'all. A real big problem. He was just out there in Vegas wandering around. Who brought him out there to Vegas? Who had him out there wandering around? Why were you out there? Why? Go sit your ass down somewhere in somebody's rehab. Make a decision that you don't want to go out like this. Don't he got a fight coming up? Supposedly. Doesn't AB have a fight coming up, supposedly? You're going to get in there and get yourself hurt real bad, is what you're going to do. I want y'all to stop enabling bad behavior and just shrugging it off like, oh, that's just him being him. I don't want to hear that shit when something happens to that man, because this has been years and years and years of the same thing. He's going to have to make up in his mind, when nobody is there to coddle him and enable him, that either I'm going to change my life or I'm going to go out like this. He's going to go out on his drunkard shield. Let him. Let him. Stop enabling him. Stop saying, oh, he needs some help. Oh, you shouldn't do that to AB. Oh, y'all know he got problems. We all have them. Everybody. Everybody. I don't want to hear that no more about him. Y'all know I've been done with him for a long time. He's going to keep doing the same thing over and over. He needed to be embarrassed. He needed to be shamed. He needed to see Cam talk about him like he did once he left. He needs that, because all the soft ass shit that everybody else has been doing has kept him right where he is. He needs to be shamed. That's exactly what he needs. So yeah, miss me with all of it.
You know who else needs it? Stank Davis.
Yes.
But
yes. All that enabling, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's a grown man. Let him fall on his face. I hope he fixes it, but guess what? Nobody can fix it for him. He's going to have to make a conscious decision when his ass ain't drunk or when his ass ain't high on something, that, you know what? I ain't got nothing else. I have nothing else. The only thing I can do is do better, because I'm at the bottom. He hasn't hit rock bottom yet. That's why, because people keep on enabling him. He got to hit the bottom. And until he does that, this is what you're going to get from him. And I'm talking to y'all because I know what I'm talking about. And with that, I think we got another super chat. Boxing Talk came back with one last one. Spencer Crawford, break bread one more time. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it at all. Anyway, yes, bring back shame. I'm a strong advocate for it. Yes, I am. Anyway, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all came through and showed out tonight with the donations, with the super chats. We appreciate it. Thank y'all so kindly. We'll see y'all on Friday. Have a great rest of the week. Mind your tone and delivery. Okay? Seasons are about to change. And guess what? It's about to be Libra season. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. We'll see y'all on Friday. Bye.